can't be that self-centered, man, and you can't be that big of a fucking asshole. Like you got even Bakhtiari restructured and tweeted out like you're welcome, to the fan base, and we were like, yes, thank you, Bakhtiari, thank you. You did save us $8 million in cap space. Like Rodgers could save him like $20 fucking million or some crazy shit. Like he needs to do it, man. And if he doesn't, that's an indictment on him, honestly. What do you think?
I mean, the Packers can easily restructure his deal, I believe, but without him any input. I think what he wants is...
See, I thought restructuring always was like a kind of a both sides have to agree to it. Because, I mean, it's a contract change, so I would have to imagine that he would have to sign off on it. You can't just change my contract without me signing off on it, right?
So I think it's because it's the same amount of money. It's just moving... it's a technically, basically.
Yeah, okay,
so you have the same amount of money. It's just moving it around a little bit. So
instead of paying
he's going to get the same money regardless. Yeah. So the thing
the amount for the contract won't change. But the thing about one of the things about restructuring is you can kind of push money into a certain sort of limbo so that if by chance the player isn't on the team or you need to get rid of said player, things can be a lot more favorable for the franchise, not so much the player, because you were supposed to get $16 million this year, but then we restructured and we pushed this other $6 million to over here, but then we gave you a $10 million a little early, and now you're gone. You won't get that $6 million, at least from us. Like, I guess the next team will have to take up your contract or whatever, but then they could try to, I guess eventually, yeah, if you're under contract, you get dealt. The team that takes you have to always do the contract that you were signed on or sign you to a new one or something like that.
Right. So. Yeah. So basically, the restructuring, it doesn't affect the amount of money. It just makes the cap hit later a lot bigger. So that's one issue with restructuring Rodgers, and I don't think they want to do that because they're going to be in an even bigger hole in a year or two if they do.
Yeah, but it's going to keep expanding though. That hole will shrink. You know what I mean? The size of that hole. This sounds really weird now. This conversation has gotten to some weird spaces, pun intended. But that hole is actually going to shrink as you go further away from this moment. You do it now, and yeah, maybe it adds a little $5 million to the back end. But it's like by the time you add another game, by the time you add another revenue of extra playoff games next year, by the time you fucking restructure somebody's like fucking TV deal or do a new deal, like that money is going to shrink, like it's not going to be the same amount.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think there's still
it will be the same amount, but you won't feel it the same because you'll have more money.
Right. Yeah. No, I gotcha. I think they're concerned that the cap hit next year might not be as big as they're expecting, because I'm guessing they're expecting that it's going to jump up. Last year it was 198 million, and I'm guessing they're expecting it to go above that, but they're not 100% certain as of right now.
Man,
so they're not 100% certain. I agree.
If it ain't no damn COVID shit. Yeah, if it's not COVID,
right.
If we don't have nothing like no fucking global, literally like global fucking pandemic, the NFL is, as much as I don't like the NFL for some of the practices they have, they're a fucking fat ass cash cow. That's just the tit is plump and everywhere can get a pump, baby. Like it's like this thing ain't going nowhere, man. Like this thing is only gonna get crazier. And if Jeff Bezos buys the fucking Washington, I wouldn't even buy it, man. It came up again. I was watching on McAfee or somebody. Like, if I was Bezos, I wouldn't buy the fucking Washington football team. Are you kidding me? I would start my own league. I literally, really would start my own league. And I hope that this gets in Bezos' ear. He could do it for fun. He could do it for a fucking hobby. Take a 100 billion. 100 billion. Oh, by the way, he'd still have like 2 or 3 other 100 billions left over. But just take 100 billion, finance an entire state. I mean, build every team a new arena. You know what I'm saying? Like, the fucking salary cap for the whole damn thing could be set at 300 million. You still have 700 million. I mean, fucking 100. That's only 1 billion. 1 billion. You've got still, you know what I'm saying? Like another 199 billion left. You can buy every team a brand new stadium.
Hey man, I
mean, why
his
not,
money,
bro?
he can do whatever the hell he wants with it.
He'll make it back. They'll have an exclusive Amazon deal. All the things will be on Amazon. People will rush to Amazon Prime. Oh, Amazon fucking sports or whatever the fuck he wants to call it. I don't know. That's what I would do if I had his money. I'd just buy a whole franchise, a whole league, not even a team. I'd buy a league and just, you know, have fun with that. But anyways, I don't know. So you're saying the restructure isn't really Rodgers' call. I feel like just like Ben Roethlisberger went to the Steelers and was like, hey, I want to take less. That's what Rodgers needs to do. He needs to go into the office right now and say, look, I don't know if you guys are thinking about this, but look, we need to get we are fucking this close to a damn Super Bowl. With this fucking, if I hadn't choked, I'm sorry, forgive me, I choked. But if I take less money to recompense for my choking, I'll take less money, or I'll fucking move the money around so it's more helpful for the team, so we can get more players in here to carry me, because I can't do it alone. I've realized that now. And if he isn't willing to at least do that, swallow his pride, well then, I might as well burn that jersey. I said I would never wear it again, but I might as well burn it. I'm going to be one of those people. I'm going to be a jersey burner.
Oh, God.
Puda, you the GOAT, boy.